Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. My name is Marina Poljak, and I'm the event coordinator for the Windsor-Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce. Before we get started, I'll let you guys settle in, and just a couple of notes like we do for every webinar, just reminding you for the latest COVID-19 updates, helpful resources, and links. Visit our website. We have a COVID-19 tab right there available for you. Also, we update our social media pages daily. So if you want to know what's coming up or when our webinars are available for viewing, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as Instagram. And our previously recorded webinars are available on our YouTube channel as well as on our website. It's linked right there. So if you have any questions or feedback for the Chamber, if you want to see something coming up or something to do with events or our membership department, please send them to info@windsoressexchamber.org and we will forward to the appropriate department. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Keith Chinnery, our Director of Membership Services.
Great, thank you very much, Marina. I appreciate the introduction, and thank you everybody for joining us today. Another one of our Business Briefs interactive webinar series. I think we're perhaps coming up on about 30 of these that we've done so far since we've all been in lockdown due to COVID-19. The Chamber staff continues to work remotely. I'm here at the house, and I think we've had all of our Amazon and UPS deliveries today, so hopefully my dog won't be going off and barking because somebody else is at the front door. So today we're introducing a new partnership between the Windsor Chamber of Commerce and BarterPay. It's one of our new affinity offerings. We've recently launched new partnerships with Nerds on Site, Peninsula HR, and again today happy to announce our partnership with BarterPay. Just another way you can maximize your membership with the Windsor-Essex Chamber of Commerce. BarterPay themselves have partnered with many chambers across Canada in recent weeks, and CEO and founder John Porter is here to tell us more today about ushering in a new economy and the sharing economy. And we'll have a very special offer for chamber members at the end of John's presentation, so make sure you stick around for that and hear how you can save as part of this program by being one of the first businesses to jump on this new partnership. And yes, Barter Pay and barter is totally legal. It's totally above board, and the tax man does get his money. So we'll make sure we share information on that as we go through the presentation today. The barter economy is definitely not new, but to me the timing is right based on economic conditions from C19. And BarterPay's national platform will help you find and connect with other business owners across Canada. We even provide barter coaches to help it all go smoothly. So we'll hear from John in just a second. He's a veteran at doing these webinars. He's done 31 of them since March 27th. He's a great presenter, and he's also full of energy, so I know you'll enjoy what he has to say. But again, before we head over to John, just a couple of things to touch base on. We're 24 hours after Premier Doug Ford's announcement yesterday about phase 2 reopenings. Unfortunately, Windsor-Essex was not included in that phase 2, and John is based in Vineland, Ontario, down Niagara Way, and his region is not included in phase 2, but we're certainly hoping that comes very soon. We ask you to be patient, allowing that to happen, and we also encourage you to support local retailers as much as you can. I know we're all dying to get out there and do some shopping, and in my case, get a much needed haircut, and we can't do that locally just yet, but please hold off. The wait will be worth it when we can support our local retailers. There was good news announced today that child care centers are opening back up on June 12th. So bit by bit, we're moving forward here. You may have heard the big announcement from the Chamber last week about our Shop YQG program, a branding and awareness campaign in conjunction with Tourism Windsor-Essex, Peely Island, and a few other partners. Soon you'll be seeing the logo of Shop YQG everywhere. And there's also a contesting component coming as well. So there'll be lots more rolling out. And as you start to get shopping in the coming days, you'll see the Shop YQG brand around Windsor-Essex. Continues to be a very busy time here at the Chamber. In addition to today's webinar with John from BarterPay, we also have a webinar on Thursday, the Canadian Economic Outlook with Robert Booth from TD, assessing COVID-19's impact on the Canadian economy and the path forward, and that will start at 2:30. Next Tuesday, June 16th, is TMT Predictions, Technology, Media, and Telecommunications. Duncan Stewart is the guest speaker on how COVID-19 has changed expectations. That runs from 8:30 in the morning until 10 and is sponsored by WERCC Alliance. Next Wednesday, June 17th, Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation, and Trade, Vic Fedeli, will host a town hall and question and answer session, and that one's at 1 o'clock. Note the 1 o'clock start time, which is a little bit earlier from our usual webinars. And then the following day, it's going to be a busy week next week. The following day, June 18th at 2:30, there are changes coming to the real estate industry, and for information on incorporation, which is part of Bill 145, we'll have guests Sandy Anderson from Grant Thornton and Jennifer Shilson from Miller Canfield to explain what that's all about. And finally, many of you are familiar with our Wake Up Windsor-Essex events. We normally do them in person, but unfortunately can't right now. So we've created a virtual Wake Up Windsor-Essex event. That's happening Tuesday, June 23rd from 8:30 till 9:30. There's no cost to attend, but there is a fee if you'd like to present information about your business to the other attendees during the Wake Up Windsor-Essex event on Tuesday, June 23rd, the virtual one. So information on all these events and other chamber happenings can be found on our website, windsoressexchamber.org. Okay, on to today's webinar with BarterPay, which, as I mentioned, includes a very special offer for chamber members at the end of John's presentation. So make sure you stick around for that. A reminder, if you have any questions, please use the chat box and we'll get to those questions at the end of John's presentation. And also a reminder that the webinar and all chamber webinars are recorded and available to be viewed again. You can click on the interactive webinar tab, which is under the events section of our website. As I mentioned, John is an excellent presenter and full of energy. He's the guy who founded BarterPay, so there's really nobody better to speak towards it, and there's no wonder that he has so much passion about his incredibly fast-growing business. He's really hit things at the right time, and our partnership with him has come at the right time as well. John has been in the barter payment space for 24 years, helping small businesses grow by leveraging their spare capacity to obtain the products and services they need. He also recently established the BarterPay Forward Foundation in order to help businesses amplify their social impact and help charities leverage organized barter to offset their administration and overhead costs. That's the background. We're all set for John's presentation. Again, he's done a bunch of them before. He's great at it. He's got some excellent information. And John Porter, we will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Keith, for the kind introduction, and to Marina for setting up all the technology. Really appreciate you guys having me on. And welcome to all the attendees who are on with us today. Really appreciate your time. We're going to take about the next 20 minutes or so, 24 minutes to just go through sort of what BarterPay is all about, how it can benefit your business, and then we'll do the live Q&A like Keith had just mentioned there. So I'm just going to share my screen here so we can get started. All right, so yeah, we're really pumped about our partnership with the Ontario Chamber of Commerce, which came to be in February 4th. I started working on that relationship about 7 months ago, and on February the 4th we signed the deal, and then on March the 30th you can see here that Rocco Rossi, the CEO of the OCC, released another statement about COVID and how bartering can really help small businesses during this difficult time. And yeah, it's been great to partner with a lot of the different chambers across Ontario and Windsor-Essex. Right now, BarterPay has not been in the Windsor region to date, but we're really excited to partner with the Windsor-Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce to bring the BarterPay solution to the whole region of Windsor-Essex. So again, thank you to Keith and the team there for you know, giving us this opportunity on this affinity partnership. So we'll just get started here, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, just throw them in the chat box or the Q&A. So quickly, where is BarterPay? We're pretty much across Canada at this point. We've got 20 or so locations from Victoria, BC. You can see here over to Moncton. This is Southern Ontario, kind of popped out here in the corner, but really strong throughout the prairies as well and into Alberta. So already, again, like 23 offices, an amazing, incredible team of over 50 people from our franchise owners, their admin staff, our technology team, our Barter Coach team, and our support teams and leadership. So this is our BarterPay headquarters, actually where I'm sitting right now in Stony Creek, just on the QEW there, just east of Hamilton. And so again, we're really excited about this team that's been developing and our clients across the country, which are now approaching 4,000 small businesses on the platform. We have over 250 combined years in this space. Again, with myself, over 24 years in the barter payment space. So really excited about bringing this solution to the masses across the country. So what is BarterPay? Basically what we are is we're a business, we're a social impact enterprise that helps all small businesses across Canada get the things that they need without having to use money. Instead, they can just pay for those things using their own goods and services. And we all know that bartering literally is the oldest form of commerce. It's how business was invented. But for two businesses to enter into a fair trade, each side has to want what the other person has at the same time and at the same value, or they can't make a transaction come together. And so to solve that problem, we've created a platform that now allows a business owner to open up an account with BarterPay, establish an account number. They can now offer up their goods or services onto the network in exchange for a barter credit. Now, one barter credit equals $1 Canadian for valuation, accounting, and tax purposes. And so now they can offer up these goods or services, and we focus on their spare capacity. You know, all businesses have a certain level of idle time or idle inventory, and so we want to leverage that into value. So we help them market their goods or services onto the network. They bank a barter credit in exchange, and regardless of who has acquired their goods or services, they can now take this newly earned barter credit that does not expire, and they can go use it to barter and trade with anybody else in the group, locally, regionally, provincially, nationally, and soon to be internationally as we open up in the US market. So again, no longer are businesses tied down to this having to come up with one-to-one direct barter. It's now a one-to-many bartering platform. So to sort of illustrate this is a quick little slide here called the problem. And believe it or not, it's actually got a term called the double coincidence of wants. So here you have, say, a web developer on this side who's looking for some plumbing services, and obviously they'd love to be able to pay for their for the plumbing by offering up a website, but the plumber's saying, hey, you know what, I already have a website, I don't need a website, so therefore they can't make a trade. So again, to solve that, we've created what's called the Barter Pay loop, the platform. So picture this being your business in the middle here, and this is the Barter Pay community around you that's already established. Again, almost 4,000 small to medium-sized businesses already on the platform. So the first thing you're going to be doing once you decide to join the Barter Pay system and establish your account is we're going to market your goods or services, your idle time or idle inventory. We're going to market that out to the Barter Pay community in exchange for barter credits one-to-one. Then you're going to take those bartering credits now in your BarterPay account, and you're going to go and utilize them, spend them, monetize them, redeem them, whatever way you want to say that. You're going to utilize them with other people in the BarterPay community to get back the actual goods and services that you need. So again, this creates this sort of infinite loop, this system of this system of reciprocity that allows you to bank barter credits and to earn barter credits, to spend barter credits, and get back the actual things you need by converting your own goods and services into those products. Even our logo kind of depicts this. Okay, so 3 key ways that that BarterPay can help your business grow and gain a competitive edge. Number 1, we help you increase your cash flow by being able to buy something at your wholesale cost of time and space or your wholesale cost of goods. We're going to get into a couple of examples on all 3 of these things in a second. Number 2, access to alternative financing through our Barter Loans program. And number 3, increasing your charitable giving to create more social impact without having to come up with cash. Very, very important as well. So increasing cash flow, I've got a few quick stories just to kind of talk about some real transactions that have happened. This particular member, Golf North, is based in Kitchener-Waterloo. They've got over 40 golf courses now across the province. And they joined BarterPay because they were looking to get some printing done, some HVAC services, some construction, some window washing, all sorts of different things that they were spending their hard-earned cash on. But they had a lot of golf courses that had capacity, whether it was green fees or tournament space and or mostly memberships available at certain golf clubs that were, didn't have a full membership roster. So, they made the smart choice to join BarterPay, to open up their BarterPay account. And they started to let us market golf memberships to certain courses that needed that boost to fill in that capacity. So they started to bank a tremendous amount of barter credits from different other BarterPay members across the province. And they took these barter credits and started to utilize them for the printing, for the HVAC, for the window washing, the carpet cleaning, and some of the construction and maintenance that they needed done around the building, and advertising. So again, they were now instead of having to cut checks for those things out of their current cash flow, they're now able to leverage their spare capacity by bartering that in exchange for what they need. So a great success story there. In fact, Sean Evans, who's the president and CEO of Gulf North, made a comment in the Hamilton Spectator article here that says it fills downtime. Once a tee time is gone, it's a lost opportunity. Those golfers are often new to Gulf North properties, he says, so it's great exposure. The company spends its BarterPay credits on HVAC and security services along with furniture. Evans estimates the injection to the bottom line is about 5%. It might not sound like a lot, but for a company their size, it's a lot of dollars, and we obviously agree with that. Here's another business that's based out of Kitchener-Waterloo as well, called Little Mushroom Catering. This is Stephanie, and she's been able to leverage the BarterPay system to offset, services for painting services, advertising, again, some, vehicle maintenance and, team incentives and that sort of thing. And so again, because she has spare capacity in her business and she's able to bring in that BarterPay revenue when she wants it, we then advertise her out to the system. She's got her account. She's now able to earn those bartering credits by offering up her catering services. That's new incremental revenue for her. And she's able to take those newly earned barter credits and go and utilize them on the painting services or advertising and all sorts of different costs that she can now offset at her wholesale cost of food. So instead of having to cut a check for the painting, she's just able to trade a catering job in her downtime to get that service taken care of. Here's I think I might have skipped one. Yeah, here's Ancaster Jewelers. Jean-Pierre, just outside of Hamilton in Ancaster. He actually joined BarterPay about 3 weeks before COVID hit and the shutdown. And he was literally sitting on about $55,000 worth of idle inventory in his clearance section that had been marked down like 50% off. And it had been, he had owned that jewelry for up to 5 years. Beautiful, beautiful jewelry. And so he wanted to get some leasehold improvements and some marketing and advertising and that sort of thing. And so again, instead of going and spending, his precious cash and taking money out of the bank to go and get those things done, he made the smart choice, joined BarterPay, opened up his account. We then marketed out to the system. He actually handpicked about 8 or 10 pieces of jewelry. We put that out to the system on a barter blast. He then banked those barter credits. In 1 week, we actually sold $15,000 worth of that jewelry. Then he took that newly earned revenue now and went and used it with a marketing company and advertising, and he got the glass all redone out of the front of his building and all sorts of things that are happening right now. So again, instead of having to dip into new cash to get those things done, he's simply bartering his already sunk cost inventory at retail value and getting back those things. It's a huge boost to his bottom line cash flow. Here's another quick story. Amber Spa in the Village in Burlington. She's been able to trade over $20,000 worth of spa services, massage therapy, nails, hair, that sort of thing, in exchange for accounting services and gifts for her staff. So again, instead of having to spend, $8,000 or $10,000 a year on those things that she was spending money on, her hard-earned cash, she's able now to fill some downtime in her spa, bank those barter credits, and then utilize them to offset that cash expenditure that she used to have to spend her money on. So allows her to, again, boost her bottom line. The Financial Post actually had an article recently on top tips to how to save your business money. And they talked about bartering. Why pay in cash when you can pay in kind? For some businesses with products or services to offer, barter can be a useful way to pay for business expenses. If you have downtime in a service-based business, leaving tools and time wasted, or if you have excess inventory that is tying up space in the warehouse, barter networks can be a useful way to convert them into extra revenue in exchange for services ranging from marketing and photography to printing and construction. Barter networks such as BarterPay create their own barter credit systems that you can use to exchange with others in their network. Barter can be a useful way to capitalize on surplus time and assets. Okay, so shifting gears, the second way we help businesses is by giving them access to alternative financing. So we got one quick story to talk about there. This is Harrison from Neek Restaurant. Harrison from Neek Restaurant in Hamilton. And when we met Harrison, he was actually looking to open up a new location, but he needed to get some a building permit, and to get the building permit, he needed to get some engineered stamped drawings. And so he was literally about to go and spend $15,000 of his hard-earned cash on an engineering firm to go and take care of that service. And so again, he kind of pivoted, made the smart choice, opened up his BarterPay account so he could go take care of it through barter. The only issue was he couldn't earn the $15,000 in barter credits fast enough to take care of that service. So what we did was we actually launched sort of a program called Barter Loans. So what we did was we actually loaned Neek Harrison 15,000 barter credits in advance. So we deposited those into his account as a loan. He then went and used them with the engineering firm. The engineering firm went and got what they wanted from the system. But the best part is Harrison didn't have to pay off that loan over time with money. He simply had to pay off the loan by providing back $1,000 a month in his own gift cards back to the system. So he could earn those barter credits, pay off the loan. So essentially, he was able to pay off his $15,000 loan with his own gift cards at his wholesale cost of food, plus drive $15,000 worth of new business back to his location because he issued those gift cards. So a huge, huge boost to his cash flow as a result of that transaction. And he's done many more transactions since. So the fact is, business owners like you, like Harrison, like Amber, like all the ones we've talked about, you're writing checks for things every day. And when that money leaves your bank account, there's no guarantee that the person you're giving your money to is going to immediately spend an equal amount with you. But when you choose to leave the cash in the bank and go and utilize barter credits to obtain what you're looking for, there's a 100% guarantee that the system, the BarterPay community, will spend an equal amount of barter credits with your business. So it's not only a cost savings, but it creates this marketing mechanism which drives brand new unsolicited business right back to your door. Remember that infinite loop we talked about, right? It's like this system of reciprocity, the sharing economy. So so the third way we help businesses help them gain a competitive edge using the barter system is through Barter Pay It Forward. And the fact is, we had a lot of charities that were approaching us asking how they could get involved because they've got a lot of admin and overhead costs. They spend a lot of money on that sort of thing, and they would prefer to not have to utilize cash where at all possible. And so to streamline the whole process, we got creative again and actually created our own foundation, Barter Pay It Forward Foundation, a Canadian registered charity. So picture this, now we have thousands of businesses on the platform who are, offering up their spare capacity, their idle inventory, their idle time. They're monetizing that into barter credits, and then they're using some for themselves to boost their bottom line, but they're also giving some to charity. It's not an obligation, but they're doing it to create social impact. So they actually donate some of their barter credits to our foundation. We issue them a charitable tax receipt, 1-for-1. And then our foundation takes these barter credits and goes and gives them to charities as gifts across Canada and all of our communities. And then the best part is the charities actually spend them right back into the same ecosystem from where they were generated to begin with to extract the actual goods and services that they need. So no longer do they have to pay all money for the things that they need. They can now just be recipients of everybody's extra idle time or inventory that's monetized into barter credit. So to illustrate this, just one quick story. This is St. Amand's Landscaping Depot out of the Niagara region in St. Catharines. This is actually the owner here, Rob Skorsky. Here's the executive director of the Lincoln County Humane Society, Kevin Struban, and then the mayor of St. Catharines, Walter Senzik. This actual check actually really isn't a check. It's a barter pay, barter credit money, barter credit check for $10,954. So what happened here is we had St. Amand's Landscaping Depot, who was not a member of Barter Pay. He actually joined the system just to do this transaction. This is the Barter Pay community over here, which represents, again, almost 4,000 businesses and growing fast. So St. Amand's, when we met him, he was sitting on about $12,000 worth of pelletized compost that you can put on your grass, plus some armor stone. It had been sitting for over 5 years in a storage container, and he was trying to sell it on Kijiji. It just wasn't going, and obviously he was focusing on other things. So he suggested that he put that up on the BarterPay system. So what happened was, we actually, as soon as he signed up, we created a little bit of a promotion. We marketed it out to our BarterPay system, and within 1 week, to over 22 different buyers purchased that product. Landscapers, wineries, a golf course, different people that wanted to have nice lawns. And so he earned in the first week $12,000 in BarterPay credits. And again, we specialize in moving idle inventory as well. So then he immediately actually took these $12,000 in barter credits and donated them over to our Barter Pay It Forward Foundation in exchange for a charitable tax receipt. Our Barter Pay It Forward Foundation then gifted the credits over to the Lincoln County Humane Society in exchange for a nice thank you. And then the Lincoln County Humane Society actually went back into the bartering system and worked with the landscaper to get back all their lawn maintenance and snow removal for the season was covered off now with barter credits instead of money. So here you have a business who's sitting on this idle inventory, and we actually turned it into these bartering credits, which got donated all the way around back into the community, and the Lincoln County Humane Society was able to save about $12,000 on their budget that year because they didn't have to spend money. They just bartered for that. So Imagine Canada is actually the voice of the charitable sector across Canada. This is Bruce McDonald, their CEO. Barter Pay It Forward is making a meaningful difference to Canadian charities by creating a marketplace for in-kind giving. They're lifting the barriers to millions in donations each year that have traditionally been turned down. And we're very thankful for that partnership, because it's bringing a lot of awareness to not only the small business community, but to the charitable sector about how they can be creative with these with fundraising, especially during these difficult times with the pandemic. So where we are and where we're going right now, we have approaching 4,000 businesses now. Last year, we did about 35 million in barter transactions with those members. We have 106 charities, and already the Barter Pay It Forward program in our early stages here has produced almost $3.5 million worth of bartering donations from that group of these businesses here. Over the next few years, we're going to be scaling up to 50,000 businesses across Canada. Those 50,000 businesses will produce about 500 million a year in bartering value amongst each other, and bartering credits changing hands. We're going to have 5,000 charities on the platform, and believe it or not, this Barter Pay community, based on the numbers we're seeing, will be producing about $100 million a year in net new charitable giving to the local community. So just by businesses being able to trade off their idle capacity or idle time, idle inventory, and being able to offer up some of that as donations. Okay, so shifting gears again, a lot of people about this point are saying, well, how does this all work? Is it an app that I download? Is it just something that I throw out there on the system and I kind of like put up a classified or something, or how does it all work? So we have a number of tools to help you grow your business using BarterPay. So I'll just run through those now. And again, if you have any questions, you can type them into the box and we'll answer them in a few minutes. So the first and most important tool that we have to offer you is what's called the Barter Coach. Keith already alluded to this in his opening remarks. And the Barter Coach is really, it's a real life person. It's your window to the BarterPay network. We know that you as a busy business owner are running your business, and you're concentrating on building your business to the best of your ability, bringing in cash. Cash is the oxygen of your business. You can't run your business on a bartering system. You can only enhance your business with barter. So it's your job to make sure that you're running your business to the best of your ability and building your cash flow and cash sales. The Barter Coach's responsibility is to come alongside you and help make sure that you're the most efficient that you can be in terms of your idle capacity. And so they're like your window to the network. So the first thing they're going to do is help you market your goods or services out to the network to earn barter credits. And then more importantly, they're going to work closely with you on the back end on your wish list of things that you want to extract from the system so that you can monetize those barter credits and get back the things that you need, thereby conserving cash. And so we have typically about one barter coach for every 200 or so businesses that's in the platform. And so again, we have a team of over 20 coaches now across Canada and growing as well. So they're really excited to work with you and help you, guide you through the process. The first thing they're going to do, like I mentioned, is they're going to work with our in-house graphics team and advertising team to build an ad, a barter ad, and then we're going to put it on the Barter Blast. So once a week, you're going to get an email promoting your business out to the system locally. We can promote you regionally, nationally. You can sign up to different Barter Blasts, your local one or other ones across Canada, just to kind of see what's going on. It's just highlighting all the different businesses that are signing up to the program into the ecosystem, and highlighting some things that are available for sale. We also do barter promos, which is typically more of a one-off on one particular product. In fact, here's the barter promo here that we did for St. Amand's Landscaping Depot, promoting that Easy Flow pelletized compost, which again, in 5 days, sold the product through the bartering ecosystem, which then he used for his donation. We also are doing a lot of barter events. Obviously, since COVID, we haven't really had any events, although we're going to be launching a whole series of online events, again, in favor and support of the Barter Pay It Forward Foundation. But we just know that the more Barter Pay members bump into each other, again, locally or across the country, it doesn't really matter. We know that the more bartering activity is going to come from that. So we're excited to introduce you to all of our members across Canada. BarterPay POS, so this is an app that you would download. If you just picture like your online banking for a second, that's literally how BarterPay operates on the back end. It's like a financial system. And so when you download the BarterPay POS app, this is how you can process a BarterPay transaction as a seller, as a buyer. As you can see here, you can upload a version of your BarterPay debit card, so to speak. Again, post a transaction, look at a transaction summary. You can contact your broker, your coach, that sort of thing. And and just like a financial institution sends you a monthly e-statement or a physical statement outlining all of your cash transactions in and out of your bank account, BarterPay does the same thing. We send you a monthly statement and a record of all the different barter credit sales that you've done, your barter credit purchases, your amount your balance in your account, year-to-date, month-to-date activity, all sorts of different things. So again, you can log into mybarterpay.ca to see this in real time. You can see it through the app. You can talk to your coach, just text or email, whatever way you want to communicate is perfectly fine with us. So that's basically the tools. The top 4 reasons we always say one should look at joining the BarterPay movement here is number 1, just in summary, brand new unsolicited business. It's so important that we bring you new business. Again, like I mentioned already, cash is still king. We know that cash is the oxygen of your business, and barter is not meant to overtake that. We just want to make sure that we fill in those gaps and make you as most efficient we can. And we do that by bringing you brand new business. Again, filling up downtime that otherwise would have expired to 0 value, or moving idle inventory where you may have been offering a heavy discount. And so we can convert that into value at your full margin instead of a discount. Number 2, conserving cash by offsetting regular cash costs. So as we're helping you earn these barter credits from brand new business, brand new customers, we want to help you utilize those barter credits on things that you normally would have spent money on, so that you're actually conserving cash. And that's boosting your bottom line and increasing your cash flow. Number 3, access to the Barter Loans, our alternate financing program. This is also very important because you as a business, it's hard to get financing. We've struggled with that in the past, and it's really, really difficult to raise money or get loans from banks and that sort of thing. And so we wanted to be able to offer our members an alternate solution. It's not going to be a silver bullet that all of a sudden, you're able to build a brand new building on BarterPay. But if we can just help you with $5, $10, $20, $100,000 worth of certain products or services that normally you would have kind of checked for, and instead you can do that through a barter loan, it can, again, really help your business grow and get to that next level. And number 4, just talked about that, creating social impact is so important as a business owner, a small business owner. I'm sure your approach, just like we are, all the time for donations, and I'm sure that you're already very philanthropic in your community. But if you could amplify that, especially during this difficult time where cash is so important, and it's hard for businesses to let go of that cash, it's paramount that we still continue to support the community, and we've invented a way to do that without having to use money or cut a check. So those are kind of the four reasons. In terms of cost, I know that's kind of on everybody's mind, the Join the Movement Here program. We used to charge a $500 fee to sign up, and there was a monthly fee, and there was a almost 15% transaction fee on every barter transaction. And for the longest time, about a year and a half ago, I decided I wanted to go with the Netflix model, just never implemented it. But recently, as soon as COVID hit, I was like, well, we got to make this more affordable and easier for people to onboard. So we actually pivoted to the Netflix model. So what we're doing now is we've lowered our activation fee from $4.95 down to $99 one time. And the monthly subscription, all inclusive, $59 a month, unlimited bartering transactions. And it gets even better, because if you're a member of a Chamber of Commerce, which obviously you are with the Windsor-Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce, you still pay the $99 to activate. It's $59 a month, but you also start off with a $175 bill credit compliments of the Windsor-Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce. So that's the affinity partnership that we've agreed to give back that bill credit, which essentially represents almost about 4 months free, because our billing lags by a month, and you get the 3 months bill credit. And so you're getting about 4 months free. So that's basically the program. Again, this is all inclusive. This doesn't mean that you pay extra to talk to your barter coach, or to do a barter blast, or go a barter promo, or attend an event, or anything like that. It's really an all-inclusive program. And we'll get to the sort of the way that we want to roll that out, but we've kind of shift gears here and move over to the Q&A, Keith, and kind of open things up. If you want to follow us on social media, there's my personal handles there, and also sort of a BarterPay and BarterPay It Forward. But yeah, just in summary on the movement, like on the cost, what we're doing right now for the Windsor-Essex area, because we've never actually established BarterPay in that region, we're kind of taking a new approach where we're going to only activate the region once we hit 50 pre-registrations. So any business in Windsor that wants to kind of sign up will sign up, but there's going to be no fees charged, no activation fees, no monthly fees. The bill credits won't kick in yet until we start activating. But once we get to that 51st business that's made a commitment to join the community down in the Windsor-Essex area, that region, that's when we'll kind of flip the switch and turn on the whole system, run the activation fees, and then run all the bill credits and really ramp up the system. We want to make sure that it's very, very successful And to do that, you need a little bit of a nucleus of clients, nucleus of members. And so we're really excited about launching in this way. And it's kind of our new approach to launching a brand new city and region. And so we really look forward to partnering with you to make it all happen. So let's turn it over to questions. Keith, if anybody has any specific questions, I saw a few come in there.
Absolutely great. Fantastic presentation, John. Thank you very much. It's an incredible program, and you described it very well. We'll give you a second here to catch your breath and have some water. And as you said, some questions have come in. And if you have additional questions, please use the chat feature, and we'll get to those in just a second. Your growth is incredible. You're up over 4,000 businesses nationwide here. And I think that's a big key to this, is that, that number is only going to grow. It's not just you doing barter with one business, another business to business. You have access to all these different businesses. If you want their goods, their services, whatever, you're able to work with them. And the way you may barter is you may barter, company B may use your services, but you may actually go and do redeem your points with company C or company D or whoever it is. You don't have to barter just with that company that's using your products or services. You go into the pool and you can use your points towards whatever it is you want across Canada. Now, if you're here in Windsor-Essex and there's a landscaper on the West Coast that has that landscape compost you're talking about, that may not be the best barter to do because you'd have to ship that product here to you. But if it's somebody that's offering, a web design service or accounting services or something like that, that can be done electronically, or that it's an item that can be shipped a lot easier, you have that ability to expand out across Canada to complete that barter and use up your barter points.
Correct.
As John mentioned, we're reactivating this. There's special rates for the first 50 businesses that come on board, including that $175 credit. We'll activate this after 50 businesses. So if you're interested in this, talk to some of the other people that you're doing business with and get them excited about it as well. Get us to that 50 mark and allow us to do that activation. Great. So we do have some questions, and we'll go through those. The first question, John, are there any expiry dates on the barter points?
No, absolutely not. A great question. So yeah, unlike your time that does expire, your unbilled time, or your inventory that may expire, or if it has an expiry, or even if it has shelf life, the longer you own it, the more less valuable it is. And so unlike that, once you've monetized your time or products into the BarterPay ecosystem and you've earned barter credits, at that point, there's no expiry. It's a dollar for dollar value. And now you can make strategic decisions now about how you're going to utilize those barter credits to offset cash costs. So yeah, no expiry at all.
And you gave a couple of examples of different businesses, and this is open to every sector, but it makes sense in the hotel business or restaurant or golf courses. Like you say, you can't get that tea time back. Once that's gone, it's gone. Once that hotel night is not used or that hotel room is not used, it's gone. So why not maximize that inventory that you have available? I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that this is all legitimate and that there are taxes involved. Can you tell us how the taxes work when people are doing the bartering back and forth?
For sure, yeah. So we're actually a registered barter company with the CRA. So they kind of like what we do. Well, they do like what we do because we take some of the underground economy and sort of formalize it into more of a bartering ecosystem with sort of a record of transactions. So, I mean, we obviously really promote that you run it through your books and records like normal, like properly. And so you simply just want to, set up a bank account in your books and records, whether it's QuickBooks or Simply or whatever it is, a bank account, call it BarterPay. And as you earn barter credits, you're still providing an invoice to the buyer. You're earning revenue to your business when you bank barter credits. And then when you go to utilize barter credits, you're receiving an invoice from the other side, including HST. When you pay that, it's no different than writing a check out of your regular bank account. You're writing kind of a BarterPay check out of your BarterPay bank account in your system. So there's no advantage or disadvantage when it comes to the taxes. It's simply a formality that you need to kind of make it proper. And, do we have some clients that probably don't run it through their books? Yes. Do we know who they are? Not necessarily, and no, but we also can't force them to do their accounting in any particular way. It's just sort of up to them, but we highly recommend that it's accounted for as revenue and expense. Again, the advantage isn't a tax advantage. The advantage is being able to buy something at your wholesale cost of goods if you're in the product-based business, or your wholesale cost of time and space, expiring time and space. And we also have very small businesses on the platform, whether it's solopreneurs, single operators, multi-level marketing, network marketing type businesses, right up to even just 2 weeks ago, Gordon Food Services signed up with BarterPay, and they're a $19 billion company, and they're sitting on a few $1 million worth of extra inventory right now that they're actually putting through the bartering system to get back some things that they need. So it's really a pretty big range there in terms of the small right up to the very large businesses that are looking at this solution.
A reminder, you can find out more about the affinity partnership with the Chamber and BarterPay on our website, windsor-essex-chamber.org. If you go to the member benefits page under the memberships tab, there's all sorts of information there, as well as a link for you to be able to sign up. A couple more questions coming in, John, in our chat. Is there a client list that is available if businesses are interested in becoming members of BarterPay?
For sure. Like, we have a whole back end through mybarterpay.ca, and but it always brings me back to like 24 years ago when I walked into the very first business to talk to them about bartering. And it was Terry Webster in Ancaster. He sold some office furniture, and he's like, I love to barter. I love to trade. I've got some used workstations, gently used workstations in my warehouse. Let me, I'll put up 4 of those. It's going to be 4,000 in barter credits. Sign me up. And as I'm signing him up, I was 20 years old in 1996, and he's signing up on this bartering system. And I knew the question was coming at about halfway through the paperwork. He's like, oh, John, I forgot. Before I sign up, is there a list of people I can see who I can barter and trade with? And of course, I had to look at him square in the eyes and say, you know what, Terry, you're the first person. There's no list. There's nobody. You just have to give me your list. Give us your wish list of what you're looking for, and that's where I'll go next. And I'll bring in, one by one, we'll build this sort of ecosystem, this economy, this parallel, bartering economy. And he just couldn't believe it. But yeah, he gave me a chance, and here we are today. So every time we go into a new city, we're faced with the same thing. There's nobody to start, but as soon as we start to get the ball rolling, we get to that 50 level mark. All of a sudden, especially in the market conditions that we're in now, in the economic landscape that we're all faced with right now, it used to be that I would talk to 10 small business owners. 6 or 7 of them would love the idea and want to talk about it and learn more. Excuse me. And then maybe 2 or 3 would sign up and, give it a try. Now I'll talk to 10 businesses, and like 9 or all 10 want to learn more, and like 7 or 8 are signing up. Why? Because every single small business right now, number 1, has idle time or idle inventory, and number 2, has the time and space and available creativity to be able to say, hey, let's try something new. Everybody's kind of pivoting and reinventing how they do their business. And so we're just grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve as many small businesses as possible. So yeah, there is a list, but you kind of have to just believe in the system, and that we're going to build it for you and around you and with you. It's more of a partnership. It's not really sort of a list that you're just available to go and see. Yeah.
Well, you've certainly come a long way from dealing with that one office supply company. Congratulations on the growth of your business.
Thank you.
Again, another question coming through in the chat has to do with quality control. What if a job is done poorly and you're not happy with that transaction? Is there a process in place to deal with that?
Yep. So we're not warrantying or guaranteeing the delivery of any particular goods or services in the system. We're more of a form of payment. We're connecting people. You still do your own due diligence on whether or not you want to follow through with a purchase or not. But one way of quality control, number 1, there's no place that any business can just sign up online to BarterPay and establish an account without us looking at it first. We want to kind of vet them. We want to look at their Google reviews or their website, just kind of make sure it's a legitimate business. And also, if there's a transaction that goes awry, obviously the buyer in the transaction is going to contact their Barter Coach and say, hey, that business didn't show up, or they provided shoddy service, or they tried to overcharge, or whatever the case may be. And we're going to follow up with the seller and say, hey, what's your side of the story? And if we determine that this business is really acting in bad faith, 2-3 times, we're going to just ask them to exit the system. So we really vet that way. As we launch our new technology coming up, there's going to be a real-time ratings and reviews built in, so the system almost becomes self-governed. We have to make sure that the overall bartering ecosystem is fair and equitable for all the participants, and we're going to do that through technology, through the Barter Coaches, and making sure that we vet the businesses coming into the platform.
Excellent. Some really good questions coming in here, and again, we'll have time for a few more before we wrap things up. Again, you can find more information about the partnership and how BarterPay works on the Chamber's website under the member benefits section of the members tab. So John, the next question coming in is, do I charge my normal price when I'm bartering, or is this a discount system?
Great question. Excellent question. And so the actual, the answer is you charge your fair market retail price. So we're a retail to retail to retail bartering platform. There's sort of three different price points in the world of business. There's the retail price, fair market retail. There's kind of an inflated price. If a contractor's too busy, they'll just kind of go in and quote a little bit high. If they win it, they'll, sub it out or whatever. And then there's a discount price, which we all know when you get that coupon book in the mail that says, 2 for 1 or whatever special they're offering. And so the fact that a business owner can actually go out and pay for something using barter credits instead of money in and of itself is already a discount, because you're buying at your wholesale cost of goods or your wholesale cost of time and space that's expiring to zero value if it's not billed out. And so kind of like when you see at the bottom of those coupon books where it says, this offer cannot be combined with any other offer or discount, it's kind of the same way with BarterPay. The fact that a business can utilize barter credits is great. That's a discount. To expect like a discount price and being able to barter and use barter credits is kind of like combining two discounts. It just becomes cost prohibitive for the seller in that case. And so, and it's not saying that businesses don't offer discounts, and they're not. We don't tell them they can't offer discounts, but we definitely make sure that they're not allowed to price gouge and to inflate their price. Mm-hmm.
You touched on that in some of the marketing pieces in terms of letting people know exactly what programs or what products are out there. And I think that's key for it as well, is to push that out to say, here's what's hot right now, or here's what's available, or new business, or that type of thing. So the marketing is a very key component about this. Next question coming in. You're a very popular man with the questions today. You gave the example of the Ancaster jeweler leveraging BarterPay during the COVID crisis. Do you have other examples of businesses that have been able to succeed or use BarterPay during COVID?
Yes, absolutely. There's lots of different businesses. One in particular, a restaurant, for example, knew that they were going to be reopening at some point and took the time, obviously, to freshen up their restaurant, do some renovations, and they needed to paint the restaurant, and it was going to be about $10,000. And so instead of going to their precious bank account and using $10,000 of their already earned, cash dollars, they simply turned to their Barter Coach. We found them a painter that could go in and take care of that job, mostly in barter credits. And so that allowed that restaurant to save about $7,000 in cash flow right during the COVID crisis. In the sort of the thick of it. We've also had a lot of our businesses use their barter credits in the last 3 months or so to, for example, advertise more, to pay accounts payable, or to sometimes collect a receivable in barter instead of having to, not getting paid. Doing a marketing refresh, a new website, a new logo, that sort of thing. Also online courses, personal and professional development has been leveraged in a big way in the last 90 days. But our business members have been able to go and get that personal and professional development using barter credits instead of having to touch their hard-earned cash, and they want to conserve that cash. Now they're able to come out of COVID, much sharper personally and professionally, and be able to offset that through bartering. And of course, the last thing they've been doing a lot of is donations. Believe it or not, we've raised almost $250,000 in barter credit donations in the last 90 days from businesses who want to take this opportunity during the hardest time for charities to actually help them, but without them having to come up with money. So they've been donating barter credits through our foundation to create social impact, and which then gives them a competitive edge in the marketplace from a social media perspective and just being a real community partner.
Right. Yeah. Again, the barter economy has been around forever, but I think it's very relevant now during COVID. So the timing is great for this new partnership. I think we have a chance, if you're willing, John, to sneak in 2 more questions before we wrap things up here.
Yeah.
You're good with that? Great.
Yeah,
thank
absolutely.
You.
Yeah, no problem.
Great. The next question is, can dollars be spent anywhere in Canada or where you're represented, not just our area? So anywhere that BarterPay is represented in Canada, can you spend your dollars in those areas or just within the Windsor-Essex region?
Yes, there's a great question. Again, there's no borders with barter credits. So they don't expire. There's no minimum you have to do. There's no maximum you have to do. And they can be earned it from anywhere and spent anywhere, that there's another BarterPay member. So as the system sort of hits this, the network effect starts to take over, the tipping point that we're getting very close to with some of our massive partnerships that have been developing with, again, the OCC, Restaurants Canada, Retail Council of Canada, announcing that next week, and another big partnership as well. So the bigger the barter economy gets across the country, the more buying and selling opportunities. It just makes it better for all the participants. So there's no borders, earn and spend anywhere. There's another BarterPay member, and the barter credits never expire.
Great. Again, you mentioned you're at about 4,000 businesses already and growing. And by the time this catches fire in Windsor-Essex, there'll be even more added to that list and growing. So lots of opportunities for companies to barter with people literally across Canada. One last question just came in. We'll sneak this one in. Can I control the amount of barter pay I do? Or do I have to accept all inquiries? Can I turn down business if I don't want to deal with that partner?
Yes, and before we move on, just one more thing on the proximity of, or whatever, geography with barter credits. We do have a really strong membership that's developed all over London, St. Thomas, and even up into Sarnia a little bit. So that's gonna be really it's gonna bode well for Windsor as we kind of move, bridge into right into the southwestern Ontario, and we hope to launch in Detroit as well in the near future too. So so that was on, can I control the amount of barter I do? Is that what the last question was?
Yes. And
yes.
Can I turn down the opportunity or the request from someone who wants to barter, who wants to use their barter credits with me? Could I turn down that request?
Yes. So like I mentioned, cash is still king. It's the oxygen of your business. So we need to know that's a priority for you. The better your cash flow is as a BarterPay member, the more you're actually going to be able to grow your business, which means the more bartering you're going to do. So it's counterintuitive to us to sort of stifle that. So we want to make sure that when your Barter Coach calls you and offers you an opportunity to do a sale and move some of your time or space or inventory, if you are too busy and it's going to interfere with your regular cash paying customers, we would highly suggest that you just say no. It's like a water faucet. You kind of turn it on when you want barter credits and you turn it off when you don't want any. And so we're the first ones to suggest that you do not barter if you're in a position where it's going to interfere with your regular cash paying customers. That could mean that you're a landscaping business, a seasonal business. Obviously you're very busy from March 1st to October the 31st. Maybe on the shoulder seasons, you've got some downtime available to sneak in a few barter pay jobs. But that's the extent of it. Or maybe you got a little bit of a dip in the summer where everybody's going on vacation or whatever. So so you can control it. It's your business, it's your account. It's not our business and our account. We just want to partner with you to make you the most efficient and to boost your bottom line in the best way possible by leveraging the organized bartering platform. Another great question. Awesome questions.
Great. Well, that may be a really good indication of how well BarterPay will be received here in Windsor-Essex, and hopefully we can roll it out to the Leamington area and other parts of the county as well as you make the introduction down to our area. So thank you very much for sharing information about BarterPay, and it's a great pleasure to announce our partnership with you as another one of our affinity offerings to our members. And again, just more benefits to membership and ways that people can conduct business and ways that you can save money through your membership with the Windsor-Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce. So again, you can get more information on our website on the member benefits page. If anybody wants to connect with me or with John, you can reach us through the info@windsoresexchamber.org email address, and we'll do that directly if there's more information that you would like to find here. Again, we need those 50 businesses to come on board to activate here in Windsor-Essex. There is that $175 credit if you're one of those first 50 businesses. So if you're interested, sign up, tell your friends, tell the people that you do business with about this new opportunity that's here in Windsor-Essex, and we'll get things activated and get people part of this growing program. So again, thank you, John, very much for joining us, and we look forward to a long partnership with BarterPay, and best of luck as you continue to roll this out across Canada, and as you mentioned, perhaps across the border, which would be just more benefits to us down in this region as well. So
absolutely, my pleasure.
Go ahead.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you for having me on today again, and really looking forward to partnering with you guys.
Okay, well, thank you again, everybody, for joining us here today for another Windsor-Essex Business Briefs interactive webinar. Again, we have the Economic Outlook with TD coming up on Thursday. Already registration is great for that event. The TMT predictions next Tuesday, a very busy week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we've got something going on, all sorts of different topics and advice to help you and to help your businesses as well. So again, WindsorEssexChamber.org if you're looking for some more information about BarterPay or any of the other programs or services that we provide. Thank you very much for joining us today. You can see this webinar again on through our website or on YouTube, and share it with whoever that you would like. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye, everybody.